Good evening. We welcome you here this evening to the regular session of our West Valley City Council meeting. We call this meeting to order. We note that we do have a full quorum present. All of the council members are here. Our opening ceremony will be by Councilmember Corey Ruster.
Thank you, Mayor. Like many of you, I spent the weekend with family and friends watching the Super Bowl. At one point during the halftime show, when Katy Perry was riding across the stadium on a star, a number of us commented, "Oh, that looks like the star in the thing from the old public service announcements of Now You Know." Type thing. And so the discussion came up on public service announcements, and which ones we remember, from the G.I. Joe ones to the presidential ones and whatnot. And really the discussion came back to, and we talked a lot about how on Channel 17, those that watch this at home, that we as a city put out a lot of public service announcements. And the discussion really came back to the fact that there was one public service announcement that came out in the 70s, right before President Nixon started to put more environmental protections on, that really kind of changed the world, so to speak. And so I asked Jake to cue it up, and we'll bring back this little piece of history on this public service announcement, and then I'll ask everyone to rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I saw many older people shake their heads in recognition of that, and I hope that it's a good reminder for many of our younger people here to take care of our community. Please rise now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We do have some special recognitions. There have to be probably at least 3 scout troops here. I don't know. But what we would do, we traditionally have scout troops come and introduce themselves. So if one of the young men from each of the troops here tonight will invite you to come up to the microphone here, introduce your troop number, your purpose in being here, and the schools you attend, so we get a general idea of where you're from. So, we'll start over here on the right. Is there someone ready to do that? Okay.
We are Troop 96 and 815, and we are coming here to do our citizenship in the community merit badge, and we attend Whittier Elementary and Hunter Junior High.
Thank you very much. And you're all together on this side? Okay. Then over on this side, here in the front.
We are Scout Troops 672 and 913, and we are working on our citizenship in the community merit badge. And we're from Kennedy Junior High and Academy Park Elementary.
Thank you. Just so you can be preparing, one of your boys are going to introduce you. Okay. And then we have another one back here.
We're Troop 863. We're here to earn our citizenship in the Community Merit Badge. And our troop members go to Endeavor Hall and Neil Armstrong Academy.
Thank you very much. And do you have a young man prepared to come up and introduce your troop?
Hello, we are Troop 844. We are here working on the citizenship and the community merit badge, and we go to Endeavor Hall Public Charter School and Jackling Elementary.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we've covered everyone. A large group of scouts here tonight. I don't know what the special occasion is. Groundhog Day yesterday or something? I don't know. So, a big group. Welcome tonight. We appreciate you being here. Next on our agenda is the minutes from January 20th to the council.
Mayor, I move for approval of the minutes of our January 20th meeting.
We have the motion before us. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. And so the motion is properly before us. Any discussion? Then all in favor of approving the minutes of January 20th, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Minutes are approved. Next we come to our public comment period. And we have some people who have signed up to speak tonight. We remind you that you have 5 minutes and on any topic. It's not a debate, but just a chance for people to share their comments with the council. And so we have Joanne Jacobs. If you'd like to come forward, and the time is yours.
Okay, I'm Joanne Jacobs. I was just coming up here to give some input on the 4100 South Road situation. I live on 3900 South and 6000 West. So if I'm coming on 215 on the freeway, 3500 is not really an option for me because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get from 215 out to 6000. It's just, there's a lot of stoplights, lights aren't coordinated very well, speed limits vary, and the traffic's a little thicker. It's just kind of a pain. 4700 South is okay. The lights are coordinated fairly well. It's a fairly smooth travel, except for past Bangor, it's not even really an option. It's just a pain. So you've got to shimmy across to 41 and go across because 47 basically stops there for good traffic flow. 4100 South, there's 2 places in West Valley to really do your shopping in West Valley. Right here by the mall and over by where I live on 5600 West. To get to this area right here, it's a lot easier to slip down 4100 South than to deal with all the lights and traffic on 3500. And honestly, I will shimmy clear over to 2100 South and go to 56 West before I'll come up 35 if there's something wrong somewhere in between. So I think the idea of going down to 1 lane on 4100 South is asinine because it's just going to clog this city up. But I have tried leaving my car and going to the bike, and it is terrifying to ride a bike in West Valley City anywhere. The Canal Road is about a valuable option in some areas, but it's really thorny and you have to change a lot of bike tires to go on the Canal Road. So I think there may be some ways to make a path through West Valley that doesn't involve being on those main roads. It's really hard and difficult to figure out how to do all that though, because bicycling is something I think more people would do if they felt safer on the road doing it. But out in West Valley, it's not a popular thing, so the drivers aren't looking for bicyclers, so it's more dangerous than, say, a more populated area like that. But there is a really good functioning stoplight up on 11th East and 2700 South, where they don't have the middle lane, but they have one light go, and so all your left-hand turners are turning on the green light with the through traffic, and one side goes at a time. On the bigger street and on the smaller street, they just do a normal left-hand turn. That's maybe a viable option as well. So I just thought I'd throw that in there before you clog up my street.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Next, we have Mike Markham.
Mike Markham, 3008 Alice Circle. Sherry knows it. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, but we had another person killed on 2700 and 41 this last week, caused by a gentleman in a pickup truck running the red light early in the morning. This may sound morbid, but fortunately the person that was killed was the person breaking the law that ran the light, instead of an innocent person that's just going down the road. And I brought this up before. There's a four-way stop in my neighborhood that is on Winchester and King Arthur, which is 4275 south and 2885 west, respectively. That intersection right there, four-way stop, seems to carry more importance to the police department to watch for people rolling that stop sign than watching our major intersections. I brought this up before. I know for a fact there's been at least 2 people killed at that intersection of 41 and 27. And they've both been rollovers. The person was killed in a Jeep one year, and it's rated in the stuff that was shown at the study meeting that intersection is within the top 3 busiest intersections in the state. I don't know how many more people we're going to let get killed in this city and in the other cities until the police department starts setting up and going after the people that's running the lights. And it can be a real problem deciding how far they were through the intersection, even if they just stop the blatant ones that it's red before they cross the intersection would be a world of goods. I see them on 27 checking for speed in the summertime. They park up in the shade under the trees by the driver's license place and watch for people that's speeding heading south on 27. But for some reason, because I drive that intersection multiple times a day, I have never seen any enforcement at that intersection by police officers. Now, I don't know how it's all divided up, who does what. Maybe we have officers that do speed, we have officers that do red lights, we have detectives. I don't know how it's all put together. But I think somehow, I know when I was a kid, we knew we didn't go to Murray because they didn't put up with us racing out there. So we stayed away from Murray. You know, we need to maybe get something going in West Valley that we're not going to put up with people running the lights and continually people getting killed out here because we don't do anything about it. It's almost like an unwritten law. I've sat at an intersection and watched people go through it with an officer sitting next to me. Maybe he was doing something else. I don't know what he's doing. You know, we need to open up our field of view when it comes to law enforcement here. We've got a lot of problems in this area and it's getting better, but I think we need to start looking at some of these traffic issues. You know, you want to do more with 4100. You know, let's start protecting people. Let's start zinging them. If they run the light, it's a red on, that's no different than some guy driving drunk. He intentionally run the light. You know, a person gets in their car drunk, they're impaired, they may have an issue, they may have something going on. A person blatantly runs a red light, oh gee, we'll just slap their hands or we won't do anything about it. So I think we need to pick up the pace on going after people running red lights. I think it would be a very easy enforcement to do. And then on another little issue that I talked about here a while back on, and I want to thank the council people that returned my email, and those that didn't, I just won't vote for. We've got a lot on 3340 west and 3500 south. There's 2 pieces of property right there. I don't know who owns them. I'm just about betting it's UDOT, because the lots aren't big enough for anything. They don't know what to do with them. But the house on the west side of that intersection, you drive through the neighborhoods and you zing these people because they've got maybe a carport on the side of their house that extends to the property line, or they may have a motorhome. There's a house there that they have added onto this house that the side of the house is the fence.
Just a concluding sentence or something, because you've been speaking for 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, just the side of that house is the fence. And it appears that it's been a remodel with a multiple family dwelling put in it.
Okay, thank you very much. Those were the only two we had signed up to speak tonight. So with that, let's see, during our comment period, Mr. City, well, actually, Paul Isaac is our Assistant City Manager, sitting in for Wayne Powell tonight, who's away. Appreciate you being here and recognize you. Any comments?
No, I was just going to ask, Ms. Kendrick will actually email you to get that address again, because we didn't get that address on your last comment. We will get that.
Okay. To the council, for any comments? Seeing none, we'll move on with our agenda. We mentioned to those of you who are attending here tonight that the items that we will be discussing now were actually discussed in a previous council meeting. We've already had one meeting on these issues and had a chance to discuss them and ask questions. Tonight we will have a second hearing, and so if there's not a lot of comments, some of these are fairly easy, won't take very much time. You'll see us move fairly quickly through them, and it's not because we haven't discussed them. We've done that in a previous meeting. With that then, we'll go to Resolution 15-21. We have two of these. The first one is to approve a memorandum of understanding between our city, Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement on reimbursement where they have joint operations. Reimbursement that comes from the Treasury Forfeiture Fund. I believe this memorandum needs to be put in place for those reimbursements to take place. With that, anything else, we'll turn to the council then for comment or discussion.
Mayor, I move for approval of Resolution 15-21.
We have a motion to approve.
Second?
And we have a second. The motion is properly before us. Any discussion or to that? As you can see, not a lot, because we've done this before. Since there is no discussion, we will place it for a vote. All in favor of approving Resolution 15-21 for the Memorandum of Understanding, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. Resolution 15-21 is approved. We now go to Resolution 15-22 to authorize the city to accept a temporary construction easement for property at 5201 West, 2400 South. This is an ongoing item. We have similar ones that come up almost weekly as we're putting together a road down through that area. And so this is another small piece of that, and it's to allow us to go on some property to do some construction as we get the road and everything else there in that location taken care of. With that introduction then, to the council for any comments or action.
Motion to approve Resolution 15-22.
We have the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have the second. Motion is properly before us. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll place it for a vote. All in favor of approving Resolution 15-22, a temporary construction easement from Hope Properties, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion passes unanimously. I announce to the council we have another item on our agenda, some unfinished business, a grandma request from Holly Ziegenhorn, and that request has been withdrawn. Therefore, there is no action necessary that item will just be off of our agenda. We have no need of an executive session, so you came on a great night. This is one of our shorter meetings, and so we are done with our business. However, we do have a couple of other meetings that immediately follow this. They're very brief. Will just take us a few minutes. There's actually 3 different meetings, and it'll be hard for you to tell when they start and stop, but we'll try and keep you apprised of that. We have to elect on 3 commissions or boards, new chair and vice chair, approve some minutes, and then 1 item of business in the Housing Authority meeting. With that, then, we will close this meeting. Final motion to just make sure we keep these separate. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say no. This session is adjourned.
Okay, I will call to order this regular meeting of the West Valley City Redevelopment Agency, Tuesday, February 3rd. Note that we've had the opening ceremony, and the roll call will show that all members of the RDA board are present. Item 4 on the agenda is the approval of 2 sets of minutes, January 6th regular meeting, and then the special meeting held January 20th, and that's before the board now for any modifications or motions.
Mr. Chair, I move for approval of the minutes, both sets.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion before the body to approve both sets of minutes. Any discussion to that? Seeing none, all in favor of approving both sets of minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously on the minutes. Any communication or report from our acting CEO tonight?
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll move on to our new business, which is to elect a chairperson and a vice chairperson for the year 2015. Do that by motion or nominations, but it's before you now.
Chairman Rushton, I move that we appoint Karen Lang as chair of the redevelopment agency.
Second.
Okay. Any other nominations? Seeing none, all in favor of electing Karen Lang to be chair of the RDA for 2015, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That appears to be unanimous, and Karen will be our new chairperson. Do we have nominations for vice chairperson?
Mr. Chair, I would move for Steve Bueller to be our vice chair.
Second.
Okay. Any other nominations? Seeing none, all in favor of electing Steve Bueller to serve as vice chair of the RDA for year 2015, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's also unanimous. Congratulations, the both of you. I'm sure you will serve well and make us proud. Seeing no other business, need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor of adjourning the RDA, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, this body stands adjourned.
I call to order the Housing Authority of West Valley City, the regular meeting. Note we've had an opening ceremony. All members of the body are present. We also have minutes of January 6, 2015.
Mr. Chair, I move for approval of January 6th, 15 minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It has passed unanimously. Mr. Isaac, any communication or report today?
No, sir.
We do have before us a resolution, item number 7. Would you introduce that, please, Mr. Isaac?
Thank you. This is to receive approval to enter into a sub-grant agreement with Salt Lake County for fiscal 2014-15 regarding the Home Investment Partnership Program.
And this is to the tune of $219,591.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
To the committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move for approval of Resolution 15-01.
Second.
We have a live motion and a second. Any discussion of the motion? Now we'll call a vote. Those in favor of approving Resolution 15-01, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say nay. That has passed unanimously. We have the need to elect a chairperson and a vice chair for 2015. We'll accept nominations for chair.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to nominate the ticket of Tom Hume for chair and vice chair Lars Nordfeld.
Second.
Any other nominations? Those in favor of approving Tom Hunt as the chair and Lars, I've met you before, Lars Nordfeld as the vice chair of the Housing Authority, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That has passed unanimously. We have no other business. We entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
I call to order the regular meeting of our Building Authority of West Valley City, and note that we've had an opening ceremony that all are present. We're to item 4 of our agenda to approve the minutes of our last meeting, December 2nd, 2014. To the committee?
Move for approval of December 2nd, 2014 minutes.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion for this? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Thank you. The voting has been unanimous in the affirmative. Any communications or reports from our executive officer?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That brings us to item number 7, new business to elect a chairperson and vice chair.
Mr. Chair, I think that our 2 senior council members should serve in those positions this year, and would nominate Steve Vincent as chair and Corey Rushton as vice chair.
Thank you.
Second.
We have a motion, a nomination, and a second. Are there any other nominations? All right, then we'll vote. All in favor of Mr. Vincent as our chairperson and Mr. Rushton as our vice chairperson, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? All right, they are our new officers by unanimous vote.
It'll be an exciting year in the Housing Authority.
Building
I
Authority.
wish
Oh,
you,
Building Authority. Oh, I wanted to be in the Housing Authority.
I wish you the best. One more item of business.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor to adjourn, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.